This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop! August 27th to the 29th, 2021! Atlanta, Georgia! Ranger Stop 8! November 11th to the 14th! Orlando, Florida! Get your tickets now! Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Yeah, go for science. Team Ollie, screw magic.
You blasted me with science!
Never mind. Hey guys, I'll screw it. Come in here.
What? It's fall already?
No.
We normally don't do these until the fall.
Hey, oh yeah, it's fall. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, our overlords sold their soul to Netflix, so.
Well, I clearly have to go to sleep because it's clearly September now.
Yeah, it's September now. So Dino Fury actually can do time travel. Okay.
Nice.
Anyway, guys, welcome. We're back doing an early too. We're doing Power Rangers, Dino Fury episode 9. So yes, we have another Ranger podcast live for an episode review of Power Rangers. And yeah, let's just say this is kind of weird doing this. I mean, I haven't felt this early doing a Power Ranger episode since, I don't know, since 2008.
We weren't doing stuff back then.
Like watching a Power Ranger episode early this summer.
2009. Power Rangers.
2009.
No, wait, 2010 if you count the reversioned.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was like, so yeah, the feeling is kind of weird. But anyway, guys. You guys know,
what's even weirder for me is the fact that they released 3 episodes in one go and on Netflix. That's just like, it kind of gives me a headache because at least it'll be commercial breaks.
Changing times, so.
Yeah. So anyway, again, I'm not mad at this decision. I actually like it because I actually, I did like because they didn't put all the episodes in Netflix, so we can expect So hopefully we could expect like a weekly of the episode. So it's like Disney Plus, because Disney Plus doing that with their stuff, like with Loki, Bad Batch, and High School Musical the series, and now Netflix.
You mean like Hulu and HBO?
Yeah, like Hulu and HBO. So we can maybe expect something like that for Netflix.
On that note, we might want to consider like reviewing 2 episodes. That way we can get caught up if they are going to be doing this weekly.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Anyway, so. We won't talk too much. So hello guys, welcome to the Morphin Network. We're in Red Broadcast Live. Hi, it's me, Brian, aka Dagger Boy. I'll be hosting today's podcast because it's an Ollie focus episode. And we have here is the teddy bear next to me. We have here is the Sis Star, and we have here is Mr. Freeze. How you guys doing?
Science! 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 Science!
Teddy bear, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Okay.
Sis Star, how are you doing?
Sleepy. He's sleepy.
Sneezed, and I hold it in.
Hold it in. All right, so all right, well, I'll decide who's doing the episode review. Summary. So, all right, Mr. Freeze and Teddy Bear, go ahead. Freeze, start off.
Okay, so the episode starts off with the Rangers going into the woods. The episode's called Cut Off. And yeah, so they're going on a camping trip because, when it comes to being a ranger, sometimes you got to go back to basics. I mean, you got teenagers with attitude practicing their skydiving skills, so you never know. Meanwhile, they make a couple of jokes about Javi eating all the marshmallows, which has a Chekhov's gun in it to some extent, and Ollie shows off all the different gadgets he has on him. And I feel really conflicted about him being like over equipped like this because on one hand, I'm not a fan of the whole Sky Mall camping type of thing, like Aziz Ansari did from Parks and Recreation. But on the other hand, science. So there is a Chekhov's gun to this, and yeah, he shows us some of the gadgets, including that stick used for pitching tents, and he's got new shoes which do have electronics in them, and his coat also has little fans on them, so to keep yourself cool. And then they beg the question, why are you wearing a hot coat in the first place if you're going to be so hot that you need fans to keep yourself cool? Which is a fair point. You got to admit, it's like intentionally drinking lactose included milk and then getting lactase pills to break down the lactose. It's like, why not just get lactose free milk?
PR logic.
Yeah, it's like you're doing a lot of redundancy. Or that's a joke from Futurama where you have that build your own Oreo cookie, where it's like you got the cookie, and the cream, and then you cram it together, and then it just. Anyways.
All right.
Okay. Moving on. So they have to split apart to get firewood in order to get a campfire going. So of course, Ollie and his honey muffin stay behind while the siblings and Zato go off to get the firewood. And while they're off, they hear a familiar voice because they're trying to get a weather balloon started that's going to inhibit the electronics within the vicinity. And is it just me, or does the anchor of the electronic component kind of look like Evox technology? Anywho, so Zato says, well, you guys were asking about Void Knight? Well, you're about to meet him. And it occurs to me, that's right. We haven't seen Void Knight out in the open since like episode 3-ish, like before the two of them show up. So I'm like, wow, he really has been hiding in that ice box, hasn't he? So the three of them morph and they call in for backup, but unfortunately,
Hey, Mike,
yeah,
can we take the,
go ahead. Tag in.
Yes, by the way, that is cool. The whole, Izzy and Javi don't know who Void Knight is. It kind of was like how back in Jungle Fury, they instantly knew who Grisaka was, even though they never met him, at least on screen. So appreciate the little continuity there. And I gotta love how Emil instantly delivers a more badass line than half of the ones Rory delivered last season. But anyway, they morph, they fight. And I just say, this fight scene is freaking amazing. Like, I think one of my issues with Rhea Soldier was that it tended to not have the most amazing fight scenes. It was all just kind of very basic. But here we get to see, and I feel like we didn't really get to see all the Rangers fight that much individually. That's just how I remember it mostly. But here we get to see each of them battle the henchmen, and there's really cool shots and angles, and we even get to see a few cool attacks. Naturally, it's Sentai footage, but they managed to scare off the henchmen, and then Mucus manages to free the weather balloon, and it goes up, and then suddenly it lets off this big burst of energy, and suddenly they're the bad guys head out, and they're going, what did that thing do? And they try and radio Solon for help, and their communicators aren't working, and even their cell phone signals isn't getting out either. So they're just wondering what's going on. They can't contact anyone, and the Rangers all decide they have to head back to the city to try and stop the monster, try and stop the bad guys in case there's another Sporax beast on the loose, or if they try and capture more. And the other Rangers aren't too thrilled that Ollie, like, he wants to stay behind and like try and figure out what's going on with the weather balloon, and they're kind of being a tad harsh with him. They say they don't have time for his time for him to invent something, and like they decide to just head back to head back to town to try and see if there's any emergencies going on. And Ollie stays and like works on this little device that will fly up and take out the thing. And then we cut to the city where Emil's boss and the J-Borg are doing their usual shtick, haha, and of course they bump into a Sporax. And Mike, you can go again.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say that I appreciate how it's like, yeah, like when you go back to nature, you like the whole point is to like live off the land. But the thing is, MacGyvering technology is part of the process of living off the land. So Ollie was in the right there. And going back to the J-Borg scene, I appreciate that J-Borg was like throwing a coin for the wish, because it's, because like, what would an android wish for? I like between Operation Overdrive and Kamen Rider 01, I gotta appreciate J-Borg here, and I love how, especially when the Sporax turns into a monster, J-Borg like tosses a coin and wish for an alternate means of communication, and they find a payphone, but it also doesn't work. For me, that's hilarious. But unfortunately, the Rangers aren't there because in their attempt to get back to base or even to town, if they had the opportunity to, they just ended up making just one big circle the whole time. And conveniently, they show up just in time for Ollie to invent a propeller boosted arrow. Well, it's not so much of an arrow, it's more of a javelin at this stage, but he tries to throw it at the weather balloon, but unfortunately he cannot get enough thrust to get the elevation he needs. So naturally, we're going to have to use spring force. So when everyone realizes, yeah, like, you know what, Ollie, you had the right idea. Maybe we should use science in order to solve the problem. Ollie tells everyone to get all the materials they need in order to make a medieval crossbow, and I appreciate this so much. And yes, by using the incredible amount of newtons that could be caused by a string, they propel the arrow just enough to blow up the balloon, and now they have the ability to morph again. And yes, there's a nice explosion involved. Now
All
that
right.
they can.
Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, now that they can contact Solon, now they can go to the city and fight. And I just gotta address this next scene. So when they finally show up, Zato tries to be cool and make his own quip. Yo, why'd the chicken cross the road? And I can't tell if the monster was being clever or just too literal, but it responds by saying, to get to the other side, duh! And Zato says, wait, is that really how the joke goes? And everyone's like, yeah, but it wasn't funny. Yeah, some Earth jokes are funny. This one isn't. But you know what? I have a joke for you. Why'd the chicken cross the road? To escape from the annoying guy.
Okay. Anyway, just kidding.
To escape from the annoying guy making chicken jokes.
Anyway, so the Rangers morph and start battling the bad guys again, and like Void, Izzy, and Avi take on the Sporax and Void Knight, and then the monster grows. I think it's called Wastafa, but wasn't that a monster in SPD?
Mustafa. Yeah, it was. It was.
Anyway.
It was. Hey.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so they start fighting the monster, and like this was really hard to narrow down these all these shots in the Zord battle because they all look amazing. And like he uses like elevation to blind the Rangers, and like he has very powerful blasts, and then they turn into this thing, which I remember it being used a few times in Rio Soldier.
Fortress
like,
mode.
it's like a chariot. Yeah, it's pretty much like a chariot mode. What's funny is I can't tell. It's definitely not as cool as tank mode, but it's kind of hard to tell whether it's better or worse than the Omega Megazord doing the crab walk. But anyway.
By the way, I have the Japanese figure, and both in the show and in the Japanese instructions, both cases are called Fortress Mode.
So, anyway, Void Knight, he manages to trick the Rangers and like overwhelm them, and or like he manages to trick the Rangers, like saying "You've defeated me," and like he X out, and so is Avi and Izzy go to join the Zord battle, and then Mustafa does another aerial attack, and then they do the Ultra finisher on him, destroying the thing and releasing this weird gassy looking stuff all over the city. Enjoy the radiation.
I was gonna say that.
All right, Mike, you go.
Right. And of course, from there they go. Now that they've destroyed the monster and they managed to stop, they did manage to stop Mucus from collecting that sporks. But Void Knight says, "Don't worry. I think I've came up with a plan in order to retrieve the rest of the sporks, and I've got collected just enough to get that plan rolling." Meanwhile, the Rangers go back to the campsite, and of course, Ollie gives all of them the same jacket that he had. And check this out: if you push this button, you can summon a sleeping bag, and then Izzy is like, "Oh, maybe let me try." And then instead of summoning the sleeping bag, she summons a life raft barrel inflatable device thing, and she starts rolling down. So she starts rolling down the hill until the flotation device pops. There's your obligatory Izzy gas joke for the episode. So of course she gets up and she's like, Ollie, that was fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone decides to do the same thing, and that's the end of the episode. They don't even show them doing it; they just decide to push the button, and then freeze frame. Now
that's the episode. Now let's go to the review. So, of course, the star, you were just attacked with a ball. So, what you thought of the episode and your rating?
I give it a fun rating episode. I would say it's a good solid 8. A good solid 8 out of 10 because it's a siren.
SPD emergency. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Well, I do like the story of like we see another side of Ollie that he's a science guy and he brings all these techs to a camp. So he likes to be a little bit out of the ordinary than the traditional camping style. So it's good, and also like we get to see like Zato, like his way, like going old school, like just hike down back to the city. There's something bad could happen, or there's something, a little mishap happens that they went around in a circle. So the best solution is to like take down that balloon. That is the main problem. They just can't avoid it just by walking or hike back down to the city. They have to solve the problem. If they just leave it up there, then they can't do anything else like communications, teleport. So I kind of like the main concept of the goal of this episode. So great episode, 8 out of 10.
Okay, Teddy Bear.
Well, this episode's a bit of a mixed bag. It has really awesome moments 1 minute and then really the other. Let's see. I'll start with the stuff. The Rangers the way they reacted to all the high-tech stuff that Ollie brought. And I will say, I think maybe the hammock was a little much. But what I do like is that the life lesson isn't about, Ollie learning that the old-fashioned method of camping is superior or anything. It's just they both have their own points of view, and it's nice to see how the Rangers could think, okay, this stuff is helpful. But what I think kind of drags the episode down a little bit is like I said, the Rangers being rather mean to Ollie because of it. What I think would have been better is maybe just show them be slightly annoyed with all the extra gear, and then maybe instead of just leaving and like being rude and stuff, like maybe they just say, okay, we're gonna try and go find like another area, like we're gonna try and get out of that thing's like radar. We're gonna try and get out of that perimeter and see if we can contact anyone, and then they end up back at base. I think like I said, that dragged. I think that was a little too much. But what was great about the episode was the villain's plan. It actually reminds me a bit of how Lord Zed would often like. I think he once cut the alien rangers off from their ability, to summon their Zords or something. And that's what I've been enjoying about Dino Fury so far, is that Void Knight and his crew have so far came off very consistently clever, and all their plans feel like they're on their A game. They honestly feel the most competent since Madame Odious back in Ninja Steel. Like I said, the episode had some great action. Like I said, I found Rhea Soldiers to be rather basic, but here, we get to see lots of nice complex kicking and jumping and stuff. Overall, like I said, this would probably be my least favorite of the season. I need to do a rewatch to see if I can't really remember if I didn't like any other episodes. But like I said, there's like lots of good stuff in it, but also a lot of meh. But like I said, maybe this will just end up being like the Save Our Shores episode of the first season. So I'm gonna go with another 8 out of 10.
Okay, Mr. Fraser next.
Right. I actually agree with Clement when he mentioned the whole, if you walk out of range, you would still have to deal with not using technology thing. Yeah, it's kind of like the story of Gorgon's Knot, where like the only way to truly untie the Gorgon's Knot is by cutting the knot itself rather than trying to untie it. And I love the theme of the episode where it's like, yes, part of the goal of camping is to cut yourself off from technology, because the truth is, just in general, people need to learn to be able to adapt to situations where the things we take for granted are not within our ability to use. Because what if there's an EMP that affects the entire world and like we lose all of our internet and other electronic devices? I'll be able to survive no problem, but other people won't because they don't know how to live off the land. But also part of living off the land is also developing technology from scratch, because that is how humanity got its start. We built the wheel, we built fire, we learned how to use the wheel we learned how to make simple machines out of sticks and stones and strings, and then used those machines to make more intermediate machines, and those intermediate machines to make advanced machines. And I at least appreciate that while at the beginning of the episode, Ollie was being criticized, and rightfully so, for having all that technology, I love that he was able to take advantage of the situation. Make the most of the situation where you can't use electronic devices, but you still can use the whatever you have around you to make creative solutions. And I appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that this is the first episode where Ollie isn't being a total jerk about his love for science.
Mm-hmm.
I am unapologetically passionate about science, but Ollie, let's be honest, was a jerk for almost the entire season when it comes to the whole technology versus faith thing between him and Amelia. And the thing is, part of being a scientist is being empathetic. Like it's about, hearing what people who disagree with you have to say. Like, even when you're trying to do research on something in the field of science, you not only have to look for material that confirms your bias, but also look at material that opposes your bias. And given the whole COVID situation that we just ended, a lot of that had to go into it. So I appreciate that for once, they actually tackled that aspect of science in this episode. I mean, I feel a little bit bad that we didn't get more Void Knight being, like Mr. Freeze, more into his backstory, because we got a nice taste. We want more. but I appreciate that. Yes, Void Knight is a clever villain. He's actually attacking the Rangers where it hurts. He's not doing a straight on attack. He's actually using strategies that that inhibit resources, such as their ability to morph, their ability to go back to their base. I like that. I like that Sun Tzu level of thinking. And one little aesthetic thing I like to appreciate is Kent, can you go back to that picture when it's the minions?
I just deleted them all. Sorry.
Okay, one thing I appreciate is that you might have not have noticed, but when they were facing off in the force, they actually have 8 henchmen in line. So chess. Because you got 8 pawns in line with each other. So I'm like, hey, that's a nice chess reference. Also, given the fact that Harry Potter's back on HBO, I kind of marathon that. And one of my favorite things in the first movie was the wizard's chess scene. So, like, yay. I want more J-Borg, trying to become human. Like, I want to learn more about what J-Borg wants in her own existence. Because I feel like there's more to her than just being a mindless assistant. And she does have personality, and I appreciate that. And yes, the chicken joke. Yeah, got to get away from the annoying guy making chicken jokes. I'm going to give the episode a 9 out of 10. It was brilliant, but it could still be better because it is what it is. It's a filler episode, but I like what I saw in that filler episode.
You guys are going to hate me. I actually did not like this episode.
Mm.
I did not. So explain why. So it first started well, but the thing is, okay, so it also counts up from the last episode. I'll say this. I'm not being mean. It's not being it's just what I'm noticing. I know. So you guys remember I was not happy with Zato in the last episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Same thing will happen with this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm seeing a pattern here. Because remember how the Rangers were kind of mean to Ollie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Zato was kind of mean to Ollie. So, of course, as a leader, it feeds off. It's like, example, let's say, it's like LeBron James, right? You're the leader of the team. And if you're not doing well, you're like, basically, you're supposed to set a good example, right? Because they're following you.
Lead by example.
But right now, because Zato's hesitant on Ollie, because remember, Ollie the D, like, hey, let's do something. Let's make some, have some batteries. Let's try something to destroy the balloon, right? But they like, no, we can't do that. Blah blah blah. And of course, then the other Rangers were kind of mean to him, like, whoa, wait, that's your teammate. You don't want to listen to at least try helping your teammate. Mm-hmm. So again, I'm not hating on Zato. It's just I'm noticing a trend right now. I hope it doesn't keep happening. But right now, this is 2 episodes in a row where Zato kind of acted like a jerk. So.
Actually, you bring up a very good point that I forgot to address. Yeah, actually, I kind of agree with you that Zato went like, no, your plan is dumb because a leader needs to listen to all the plans. I think I've mentioned several times that one episode of Justice League Unlimited when Shining Knight was talking about King Arthur. Yeah, I if I were Zato, I'd be like, okay, Amelia, you stay with Ollie, help him build the thing while the 3 of us try to find a way back to the base. That's not good leadership skills. So given the argument you just gave, I'm gonna lower my score to an 8.
And the fact they just left him there in the campsite, like, dude, what happened
by himself?
Yeah, by himself. What if he has an emergency? You're not gonna go help him?
Then again, with Zato, he is 65 million years old and from another planet. Well, Earth-wise, and I'm not sure how old he is, and from Zolt Rafcon. So maybe this is just his method of thinking, kind of like how the Jew Rangers had a very weird personality.
Yeah, but hopefully still, it's just 2 episodes, but it keeps trending and be like, okay. Right now it's okay, but now I'm noticing a pattern here. But anyway, hopefully what's funny? I'll be not surprised that they do mention that in a future episode. Like, hey, Zato, you're kind of acting like a jerk now. But anyway, let's see. Now going back to my top. The episode's okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the episode. I actually liked it. Kinda. The balloon thing was actually brilliant. The balloon thing is actually smart with Void Knight. And I actually like more of Mucus. And I like how they make Mucus in this episode. Like, she's not like annoying. She's actually doing stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I actually like about that. Because past Power Ranger villains like, oh, I'm just here to do comic relief. Like, no, she's actually doing work.
Yeah, at
Curio.
best, they would make the monster grow and nothing else.
Yes. Jay Borg. I need more episodes though. I actually like those two. Those two, Jay Borg and Jenny. I actually like them. They're not annoying. People's like they're not annoying. They're actually okay. I like the part where they did show like if the Rangers were not there, that it's like the Sporex, like they would actually like basically it's kind of show like without the Power Rangers like all things are effed up because because like look. Basically, you could say the villains won in this episode because they got more Sporex space than actual Rangers. So, but anyway, Megazord battle actually looks sick. I actually like the part. I agree with Kent. But again, the only thing that gives me a low episode is just well, actually, you forgot to mention these guys. So you guys noticed that we had another Amelia Molly up again.
Moment.
Amelia moment where Amelia was, oh, it's so cute when he does his arrow. I'm like, okay. If you actually guys watch the next episode, then I think it happens too, but I won't say that's for next week. But anyway, so overall, because the Ranger treated like Ollie like Ollie like bad, even though he acted like a jerk in the first, that's still your teammate. You don't act like jerks to your teammate. Yeah. So that's why again, I'm not hating on Zato yet, but again, this is the second episode in a row where he kind of like a jerk. So I give it a 7 out of 10. Now I got individual questions. Okay, my next questions. So, Sistar.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ollie doing his own tech with the arrow?
He did his own tech.
He's using his brains too.
Resources, being resourceful.
Be resourceful, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's being very creative. Like, well, after all, he did say, like, remember in the first episode, like his mother is a paleontologist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that means they travel, they explore, and like, didn't he mention that they went to Egypt or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So traveling and going like exotic areas. It's almost the same as camping. You have like limited resources in your hands, and you have to find ways to adapt. And he kind of learned that from his mom. That's how to be more resourceful and create like things that you have. And he made it a crossbow and just took down that balloon. So that was pretty smart and creative on his side. And yeah, if it wasn't for Ollie, then I think Zato, Izzy, Javi, and wait, who's that girl? Amelia. Yeah, they would be like going back and forth, like on the hiking trails or something.
At least until nighttime, because at least then you can use the stars to guide you.
Yeah,
if they know these are stars.
If they want to find someone who knows how to use the stars, I would let Zato do it. But if Zato can't do it, then what is that? What are those millions of years of like instinct is for?
Yeah. All right. So now to Kent. So now my question for you is, how well do you think they did Ollie as a character in this? Because it actually does show that Ollie is actually very important to this team.
Yeah, I think Ollie is shown very well in this episode. I think he, like I said, he shown like they have him be very resourceful and like come up with what like figures out the problem and he solves it, kind of like Zoe and Beast Morphers. Like I said, his other team just seemed to be unnecessarily hostile to him. Maybe it's Zato. Maybe he generates. Maybe plot twist. Zato is a Horcrux. Okay.
Anyway, no to Mike because I really like. So I know we're not bashing on Zato. It's just now the second episode in a row, and I kind of felt bad for Ollie for this episode because he did leave. So what is your now perception right now? And again, how do you feel about Zato kind of acting like a jerk to
me?
Ollie, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the team himself. Like, what do you see now?
Okay. Here's the weird thing. It's weird that for the second episode in a row, Zato's being kind of not so leader-like.
Mhm.
And well, a little bit spoilers into next week. This ain't gonna be the last time.
Oh yeah.
So I do have a little bit of an issue. It's like I get that like there might be some naivete where yeah, you were asleep for 65 million years, and maybe the way teams worked back then are probably not the same they work now. But here's the thing though, it's like if Zato was trusting enough of Amelia and Ollie to go see that fortune teller, surely he would trust Ollie enough to, make a gadget that would help them. And the thing is, given the fact that they have no access to their technology, what would Zato even do even if he did find the base? Like we don't know if the base itself is affected by the EMP. They probably wouldn't be able to summon their Zords because they are technologically based. For all I know, I mean, if their Morphers don't work, I'm pretty sure their Zords don't work either. And given the fact that we don't know which of the two possible solutions might be the correct one, it would be nice to cover both bases by have a team make a device to take down the balloon while having a second team try to go into the city / base. But it took him time to put his faith in Ollie. And the fact that he left him by himself instead of at least leaving one ranger with him just in case. Because what if Void Knight came back and ambushed Ollie? Like he wouldn't be able to defend himself. Or killed him. Exactly. That's not like even when birds migrate, whenever one bird gets injured, they have two of the birds, not one bird, but two of the birds get out of rank in order to help the one that's injured. Like this is an actual thing that birds do. I'm pretty sure Zato could do the same thing. And I get it that Ollie was a jerk earlier on, like in previous episodes, but doesn't mean that you should be a jerk to him now. Like when if someone acts goes on a low level, you don't meet them on that same low level. You stay on the high ground. You don't kick the lava onto their face.
Yeah. So again, guys, that's what we're thinking so far. But you know what? Actually, to add in before we go to comments, you know what would have been better for this episode? If they asked Amelia to stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said Amelia earlier on.
Yeah, if they asked you, if Amelia actually stayed with him, and you see the connection, that would be a good writing. But again, so to have the writers, unfortunately, you miss. I mean, you might again. I don't know if you guys are hinting that, but you guys are hinting something like that. Instead of said like, "Oh, it's so adorable." It would have been better if you actually put Amelia behind with Ollie, so you can have the dynamic. Because I won't spoil anything, but next week's episode has something again that will juice up the Amelia rumors again. But I won't say it until next week.
Yeah, Jim Cornette moment.
So anyway, so overall, I guess it's right now it's 7.5 out of 10. Well, no, it's 8 because well, actually, what's your score now since you lowered it?
8.
Yeah, so it's a 7.5. It's not a bad episode. It's just we feel like
could have been better.
Could have been better, and please, I don't want to hate Zato because there are some Rangers I don't like. Not really, but like as a characters. But right now, Zato's giving me a bad impression right now. But so far, let's hope. Okay.
Oh, what's also cool though is that they didn't instantly go into the Gold Ranger reveal.
Oh yeah, yes.
So actual pacing. So
yeah. And I'll say this though, it'd be nice if later on we do get an episode leading to a flashback explaining why Zato is being a jerk when it comes to leading the team. And then they would develop his character to not be a jerk anymore. Because I prefer when I don't always need my villains to have a reason to be evil, but when a hero is acting like a jerk, I do need a reason.
Yeah. Okay, so we go to comment section now. Monty says a happy fall. Oh my god. Let's go. Yes, Monty says say cheers to me. Let's go. Jen Sierra says hey, what's up? 17 gave it 8 out of 10. Yes, you guys show all his potential, and it showed he's a really important character for the team. Let's see. Yep, honestly, Zeta active by contract and the. Yeah, see, it's leadership. Like it can, follow suit. It's, told you.
Yeah, like why were Izzy and Javi being like kayfabing, like being jerks?
Yeah, like I know it's that too. It's because again, remember, that's remember they were hanging out with Zeta a lot when he met Void Knight. This Void Knight, see, so it's actually consistent. So credits to the writers for doing that. It actually shows that, yeah. But hopefully, we do an episode in the future that shows Zeta's like flaws. Like, hey, you actually not been a great. Yeah, maybe an episode like, oh man, I'm actually not been a great leader, and then show examples of simple, like, remember the Nightmare episode Dino Thunder?
Yeah.
Show the nightmares and like the fears, like, yeah, something like that. Hopefully.
With all that being said, it's still not as jarring as Dana's fashion model episode.
Oh yeah. Hey, I like that episode.
We'll talk about that episode later.
For reasons. Anyway, for reasons. Anyway, what? You didn't hear that. Anyway, so the fortress mode is kind of. Okay.
Rambe from Time Force.
Miss Angela. Oh, my bad. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, it's episode 11. My bad. Typo. I'll put episode 9. So this is still episode 9. It's not episode 11. Sorry, about it, guys. Orange like orange. Hello, guys. I rewatched Parents Z today so far. Gokulheimer. Okay. So, updates for today. For tomorrow's actually a busy day for me. So you guys don't know, I will be moderating the Ninja Storm reunion panel at Morphicon Online. So be sure to watch it tomorrow at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. live on the Power Morphicon YouTube page. So it's gonna be Jason Chan, Green Samurai, Ninja Storm, Adam Tumian, Chris Crimson, Orhito Vargas Jr.
Well, I think I might have accidentally met at CVS the other day.
Orhito Vargas Jr., the Thunder Ranger, the Blue Navy Thunder Ranger.
Maybe.
And Macmillan, Yellow Ninja Storm, and of course, for the first time in Power Ranger Con history, we have Sally Martin returning as Blue Ninja Storm. So yes, I'll be moderating their panel. We'll talk about fun. We'll talk about their stuff, life in Power Ranger. Basically, keep in mind, guys, this is the first time you guys see them together all in one, even though it's online. So this is a very special moment.
Also, the Wendy Wu reunion is slowly coming together.
So Katrina Brown, Katrina Devine, yes. Mario Capri will also be there. Yeah, so it's gonna be a big channel, and I'm excited. Yes, I'm nervous, kinda, but let's see. Oh, and also tomorrow at 2 p.m. Here at the Morphin Network page, we're gonna be interviewing Kate Sheldon tomorrow.
Woo!
And also might as well show this off because if you actually go to the website right now for Morphicon Online, they're actually selling these one and. Can you delete it?
Sorry, I didn't know if the viewers. I didn't know if the viewers wanted to see it or not.
Commentary.
Maybe next time you should rely on Ice Bear.
Commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
don't even think about it.
Okay. Oh, I got it. I guess I'll give you a sec. So you guys want to get purchased? There's all purchase an autograph. It's on the website on Morphicon Online. They're only selling 200 of these, guys. I don't know if they're gonna sell right now or during the live stream, maybe during the panel tomorrow. But yeah, this is a one-of-a-kind print, which every Ranger will sign this. So Glenn, Adam, Jason, and Orhito, and Sally will sign these, and also to honor Pua too. So there's actually a respect to Pua. So yes, but yeah, guys, they're only gonna make 200 of these. So it is a limited edition poster print. So yes. Okay, so there you go. So before we leave, where can they find you, Teddy Bear?
Instagram Brown_K as well as QR Ranger Book. Where you gonna find you, sister?
Sleepy.
Wake up.
Come on, Double D. We need to build that theme park.
Oh, fine. All right. Okay. My Instagram is cleout1031. Also hanging around the Morphin Network, so if you guys can find me, I'm obviously there.
Okay, Mr. Freeze.
Okay, well, you can find this Ice Bear on Instagram at Chrono_just_cosplay, and you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKawato. And Dagger Boy, where can they find you?
Instagram, DancerBoy247. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Morphin Network. All right, guys, tomorrow again, it's Morphicon Online. I'll be moderating this Ninja Storm panel. at 6 p.m. live at the YouTube page for Morphicon Online, and of course tomorrow at 2 p.m. Here, Pacific Standard Time, we'll be interviewing Kate Sheldon. Time for Sierra's villain or Time for villain.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, this is the Morphin Network. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. See you guys again tomorrow, and next Monday Tuesday while I open Jen's Indian boyfriend. The Blue Beast Morpher.
And that episode will be hot like tikka masala.
Oh my god. All right, guys, this is Morphin Network signing out. Bye, guys. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. No, we're not ending it. He doesn't smile. Wave. Freeze. Wave. Okay, he's not part of the team. That means he's frozen. Never mind. Okay, bye, guys.